here. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to yoga. We're gonna work out some stress. I hear there's some stress in the room tonight, so we're gonna work with that primarily. So we'll just jump on in, sit comfortably. Let's get centered. Whichever comfortable seated position is yours, find yourself there for a few moments and just sit tall. Let the shoulders relax, draping off the spine. And find your breath as you settle in, eyes closed, aware of the inhale and aware of your exhale. And one of my favorite breathing techniques to really just help find equilibrium is the even breath. So I'd like you to inhale for a certain length of time and exhale for an equal length of time. And you can achieve that by counting the breath, inhaling for a certain number of counts and exhaling for an equal number of counts. And a count is whatever you use for internal measurement, an estimated second or sound of a word or syllable. Just do your best. Inhale for a certain number of counts and exhale for an equal number of counts, and do that for about a minute or so. Inhaling for an equal number of counts, exhaling for an equal number of counts, balancing the hemispheres of the brain, evening out the exchange of oxygen for carbon dioxide. And it also just gives your mind something to do by counting the breath, pulling you out of any frenetic mental cycles. So continue that for a few more rounds, even breathing. One more round. Inhaling for a certain number of counts, exhaling for an equal number of counts. And when you finish that exhale, let go of that effort. And then take a deeper, fuller breath, bringing your palms together, lower the chin, honor yourself just as you are in this moment, all of your perfections and imperfections. And it's in service of your entire system that we will practice tonight. So go ahead and roll the palms together. And take the warm palms over your eyes, brushing over the top of your head, down your neck, welcoming yourself back to the space around you. And let's come on to hands and knees to start tonight. Table pose. So take your time getting there. But once you're there, bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Have your knees beneath your hips or slightly further back. And we'll just start a little slower tonight and then work our way up to some bigger movements. So with your inhale, look forward, feel the tailbone lift behind you. Then exhale, round the back, cat pose. Then inhale, again, look forward, feel the tailbone lift. Then exhale, round the back once again. And just continue at your own rate. Inhale, looking forward, exhale, rounding the back, starting to warm up the spine, the shoulders, and the hips here. Good, making this a bit more dynamic. With your next exhale, go back to child's pose, seat to the heels, forehead down. And then inhale, float back up to hands and knees. Again, exhale, child's pose. Inhale, hands and knees. And let's continue this movement for a little bit longer. Warming up this body, grounding into the body. When we get stressed out, usually, usually we're stuck in our heads a little bit. We're projecting into the past and we're worried about the future. All valid concerns, but we tend to lose connection to this form, this physical form that kind of holds our experience in this world. So when we move like this, we get back into the body, inhale up, and exhale back. Making this a bit more dynamic, inhale the hands and knees. Curl the toes under and lift the hips into the air. Downward facing dog. And we're going to keep moving. So inhale, float right back down onto hands and knees. Release the feet. Exhale, child's pose. Let's do that again. Inhale up to hands and knees. Curl the toes under, downward facing dog. And again, inhale, hands and knees. And exhale, child's pose. Moving between these three postures, please continue inhaling the hands and knees, exhaling to downward facing dog or child's pose, alternating between the two. Moving with that breath. Just a couple more rounds. Just getting this body nice and warmed up. The legs, the hips, the spine, your arms. This movement can be a little bit more energetic as well. So, we're starting to wake yourself up a little bit. Now take your time getting there. But as you land in downward facing dog, let's go ahead and stay in downward facing dog. And you may want to walk the dog out, bring some length to the legs, bring some length to your spine, moving the hips around a little bit here. Just feel out this posture, see what feels good, see what needs some attention, and move and breathe with that awareness. Three, two, and one. Floating down onto hands and knees. This time, bend your elbows into your waist, bring your chest down. Release the hips back, coming onto your belly. Have your hands underneath your shoulders. Squeeze your elbows in towards your sides. And with your next inhale, roll the shoulders down the back, lift the heart and head, cobra pose. Elbows stay bent. Then exhale, release down. This time we'll do locust pose. So ground your pelvis, lift your head, chest, and this time your legs as well. Then exhale, float back down. We're going to come back to cobra. So keep the legs on the ground, lift the head and chest. Cobra pose. Exhale, release. This time with the legs, ground the pelvis, lift the head, chest, and legs. And exhale down. We'll do that a few more times. Just the head and chest. Cobra pose. Inhale, squeeze the elbows in. And exhale down. With the legs this time, head, chest, legs, squeeze the elbows in. And down. Cobra pose, just the front body, or I should say the top of the body. And exhale, release. And last time with the legs, locust pose. And down. Go ahead and curl the toes under, push up to hands and knees, and lift into downward facing dog. Let's stay here for just a few breaths. And then floating down onto hands and knees, inhale. Release the feet, child's pose. So doing an exercise here in child's pose, keep your hips sinking toward your heels, but walk your hands off of the left side of your yoga mat, especially reaching through that right arm, feeling some length on the right side of the body. Again, ground the hips and relax your head. See if you can bring your right chest more toward your left thigh. Good. All right. Carefully walk your hands back to center and just keep walking them to the right. Good. Reaching through that left arm, that left hand. Relax the head. And see if you can bring your left chest more towards your right thigh. Hips sinking down. Big breaths. Good. All right. Go ahead and walk the hands back to center. Inhale up to hands and knees. Exhale, downward facing dog again. And in downward facing dog, lift your right leg high into the air behind you. With your exhale, swing that foot as far forward as you can, and then bring it between the hands. So if it doesn't make it all the way forward on the first try, reach down and grab the ankle and help that foot forward. Then bring the back knee down to the ground. Then inhale, sweep the arms up, come into your crescent lunge. Exhale, bring the hands down, maybe hands or fingertips on the ground, curl the back toes under, and lift the back knee up. And as you lift that back knee up, you're going to reach your left heel, your back heel, back just a bit further, straightening that leg. And you might feel a stretch in the front of the left thigh. It might be in the hip. Take just a couple breaths here. Good. Then bring the hands flat to the floor and step your right foot back, downward facing dog. Let's see what it feels like on the second side. Left leg lifts. Exhale, bring that foot all the way between the hands again. Help it through if you need to. Back knee to the floor. Inhale, crescent lunge. Lift the arms up. Good. Exhale, hands down. Again, hands or fingertips on the ground. Curl the back toes under and just lift that back knee up. Keep the hips sinking and reach that right heel back as far as you can. Breathing into whatever it is you feel here. Good. All right. Bring the hands flat to the floor. Step back to downward facing dog. Right leg lifts again. Exhale, step the right foot forward. Bring the knee down. Inhale, reach the arms up. Crescent lunge. Exhale, bring the hands down. We're going to come back to that same exercise. So curl the left toes under, pick up the knee, reach the heel back behind you. Good. Breathing here for a moment. Good. All right. When you're ready, step back to downward dog. Left leg lifts and step it through. Back knee to the ground, crescent lunge, lifting on up. And exhale, hands and fingertips down, curl the back toes under, lift the back knee, reach the back heel back further. Breathe into whatever it is you feel here. Again, it might be the thigh, might be the hip, might be something else I'm not naming, but be present to your experience here. Really trying to straighten that back leg out as much as possible. Good, deep breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, taking an adjusting breath. And then go ahead and walk your hands back to meet your feet. Coming into the standing forward fold, soften these, bend them slightly, and just hang over the legs for a moment. Now, as you're hanging over the legs, relax the head, your shoulders, your arms. And you might even move the head around a little bit here, giving it a shake no and a nod yes. Just coaxing some of that tension from the neck and shoulders off onto the floor. Be sure to breathe as you do so. And then bring the head to stillness. Take a couple of breaths. Good. Then bend your knees a little bit more. Roll yourself up to standing, a single vertebrae at a time. Head is the last to lift. Good. And feeling sensation here. Breath rate, heart rate, feeling in the body. All right, good morning. Let's start to move some more energy around with our arm swing exercise. I'll give you two variations to do tonight. The first, and what could be called the simpler variation, I don't want to qualify your experience, but classically this is a simpler version, is you'll take your arms up on inhale, back on inhale, up on inhale, and then with a big exhale, just jab the elbows back. So it's inhale, 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 exhale. 3-part inhale, 1 powerful exhale. Now, the other version you could do if you want to, and you're welcome to switch between the two, will be inhale, arms up, inhale, arms back, inhale up, and then exhale, bend the knees, drop the body, sweep the arms behind you to inhale, come up for the next round. That was slow motion. Faster motion, it's inhale, 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 exhale, inhale, 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 exhale. Now for both versions, you're going to inhale through your nose and exhale out of your mouth. 3-part inhale through the nose, powerful exhale out of the mouth. We're going to go for about 2 minutes. So 2 caveats here. Go at your pace. Don't try to go too fast too soon. Save some gas for the end. And then second, if you do realize partway through that you want to switch which one you're doing, it's really easy to do. So it's either drop the body down or just jab the elbows back. Okay, you ready? Bring the feet to stack underneath your hips. Nice stable stance. Good. Again, inhaling through the nose, exhaling out of the mouth. When you're ready, inhale, arms up, inhale, arms back, inhale up, and then exhale, either drop the body or jab the elbows back. Inhale, 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 exhale. Powerful exhale out of your mouth. Clear the respiratory system. It's almost like a wheezing. Really let it go. Whatever it is, let it go. Again, you can change which variation you're doing depending on how things are going for you. It's easier for me to talk when I do this one, but you're welcome. Just keep dropping the body. Again, find a pace you can maintain because you're about halfway done. So can you go another minute at the pace you're going at, or do you need to slow it down a bit? You got about 30 more seconds left. This is how we know that time is a relative concept, because this could be a really long time for you right now, or it might feel like no time at all is passing. Let's go for about 10 more seconds. Make them count. 3, 2, and 1. Relax. Coming back to standing. Feeling sensation, your breath rate, your heart rate. You might feel a little bit out of breath. That's completely fine here. Be okay with that. That breathing rhythm is sometimes called the breath of joy. You might feel some of that upliftment, that lightness in the body. To help channel and control this energy a little bit, with your next inhale, lift your arms overhead and hold the breath in. For 3, 2, 1, exhale through your mouth, release the arms down. Let's do that again. Inhale, sweep up. Holding in, 3, 2, 1, exhale. Third time's a charm. Inhale, reach up. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Feel. Be. All right, and then take a deeper breath. Coming on back. Good. So to help counterpose that one, we'll do our arm swinging from side to side. And there's 2 variations. And the only difference as to why you would want to do one over the other is if you don't have a lot of space. So if you have plenty of space around you, you can flail your arms around, you'll just swing from side to side, allowing the arms to hit the body. Now, if that makes you crash into furniture, you're going to bring your hands onto your shoulders and do the swinging from side to side here. All right, so pick which one you want to do. And we're going to go for, again, about 2 minutes. When you're ready, go ahead and get started. Swing and swing. No matter which version you're doing, the foot that you're twisting away from, that heel can pick up off the ground. If your arms are swinging with you, allow them to hit your body gently. They're giving a percussion massage to the internal organs. And if you're doing the version with the hands on the shoulders, try to keep the upper arm parallel to the floor. Sometimes the elbows want to drop down, keep them up. From side to side, unwinding tension in our spines. Then because we are constantly twisting here, it's really natural for the breath to become shallow. So you have to bring some consciousness to that, taking a deeper, fuller breath when you notice that that happens. I'll keep reminding you too. From side to side, swinging around. Little less than a minute left. If you haven't taken a deeper breath in a moment, go ahead and do so. From side to side, Big breath now. About 15 more seconds. Three, two, and one. Unwind to center. Feel sensation. Maybe there's some tingling in the arms and hands, especially if your arms are swinging around with you. Good. Bring yourself on back. That last series is one of my favorite ones to do. The arm swings and then from the side to side. The second one counterposes the first one, but them together, it just helps to create this like stimulating but grounded energetic response or experience for it. So if you are feeling in a hyper stressed out state, go step aside for 5 minutes and do the arm swings and do the side to side. It really help bring you back to whatever grounded state you want to be occupying. Okay. So why don't we go ahead and move through some sun salutations. So go ahead and step to the top of your mat, whichever direction that is for you. If you have an option. I have an option. I can choose which side. So bring the feet to stack underneath the hips. Bring your palms to your heart. Take a moment to find your inhale and take a moment to find your exhale. And we're going to move with that breath. So with your next inhale, sweep your arms down, back, and up. Exhale, bend both knees, drop your body down, sweep your arms behind you, chair prep. Inhale, reach the arms forward and up into chair pose. Now stay for the exhale. Then inhale, straighten the legs. And exhale, hinge at your hips, swan dive, fold forward. Press palms to shins, come halfway up, inhale. And exhale, fold down. Please step your right foot way back. Take the right knee to the floor. Inhale, crescent lunge, reaching up and back. Good. Exhale, bring the hands down. Curl the back toes under. You guessed it, we're going to do that leg extension thing. So lift the knee, reach the heel back, straighten that leg, stay for a couple breaths. Now we're going to try standing splits here. And this is the try. You don't have to achieve anything here, but you're going to keep your back leg straight or as straight as you can. Walk your hands forward a couple of inches, launch off the back foot, straighten the left knee, and lift that right leg as high into the air as you can. Squeeze it up. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Good, then bring the right foot flat to the floor, standing forward fold. Come halfway up, inhale. Exhale, release down. Please step your left foot way back. Bring the left knee to the floor. Inhale, crescent lunge. Lift the arms up. Exhale, bring the hands or fingertips to the floor. Again, curl the back toes under and lift that back knee. Reaching the heel back behind you, straightening that back leg, staying for a couple of breaths. Just getting it back in our bodies. Good, and then from here, we'll transition into standing splits on this side. So walking your hands forward a couple of inches, lift off that back foot, straighten the right leg and squeeze up the left leg as high as you can. And breathe. This is everybody's favorite posture, right? And then bring the left foot down to the floor. Good, palms to shins, come halfway up. Exhale, bend or fold forward. Sweep the arms out to the side, come all the way up, inhale. And palms to the heart. Good. We'll do that again, but we'll make it more of a flow. So with your next inhale, sweep the arms down and up. Exhale, bend the knees, chair prep, chair pose, inhale, and stay for the exhale. Inhale, straighten the knees, and exhale, fold forward. Palms to shins, halfway up. Exhale, fold down, step your right foot back. Knee to the floor, crescent lunge, inhale. Exhale, fingertips or hands to the floor, straighten the back leg, stay for a breath. And then walk the hands forward. Inhale, lift the left or the right leg high into the air, straighten the left leg. And then exhale, bring that right foot down. Palms to shins again, come halfway up. Exhale, release, step the left foot back. Knee to the floor, crescent lunge, inhale, come up. Good, fingertips or hands down, straighten the back leg, stay for a breath, inhale and exhale. And then inhale, lift that left leg up, straighten the right leg, standing splits. And then exhale, bring the left foot down. Palms to shins. Exhale down. Sweep the arms out to the side, strong back, lift yourself all the way up. And palms to the heart. We're going to keep this energy moving. Inhale, lift. Chair prep. Chair. Stay for the exhale. Lift. And fold. Halfway up. And down, right foot steps. Knee down, crescent lunge. Exhale, hands or fingertips down, straighten the back leg, one breath. Inhale, lift the right leg up, straighten the left, reach it up, inhale. And exhale, bring the right foot down, palms to shins. Exhale, fold. Step the left foot back, knee down. With an inhale, crescent lunge, lift. And hands or fingertips down, straighten the back leg, stay for an inhale and exhale. And then with a big inhale, lift the left leg up, straighten the right. And bring the left foot on down, palms to shins. And fold all the way up. We're gonna go right into chair prep, bend the knees, sweep the arms back. Chair pose. Lift. And fold again. Halfway up. And down, right foot steps. Knee to the floor, crescent lunge, lift the arms up. Good, hands to the ground, straighten the back leg, stay for an inhale and exhale. And with a big inhale, lift the right leg up, standing splits. And exhale, bring that right foot down, palms to shins. And down, left foot, steps. Crescent lunge. Hands down, straighten the back leg, stay for a breath. And then inhale, lift the left foot up, left leg, I should say. And then bring the left foot down, palms to shins. Exhale, release. Inhale, sweep the arms out to the side, come all the way up again, bend the knees. Exhale, chair prep, chair pose. Lift on up, fold on forward, palms to shins. And the right foot steps. Good, again, crescent lunge when you're ready. Come on up. Exhale, hands or fingertips down, straighten the back knee. And then with an inhale, lift the right leg up. And exhale, bring the foot down, palms to shins. Exhale, fold. Left foot steps. Knee to the ground, crescent lunge, inhale. And then hands down, pick up the back knee, stay for a breath. And then go ahead and inhale, lift that left leg up. And exhale, bring the foot down, palms to shins. Exhale, fold. Arms out to the side, come all the way up. Again, bend the knees, chair prep. Keep it going, chair pose. Lift and fold. Halfway. Right foot. Crescent lunge. Hands down, straighten the back leg, one breath. Standing splits, lift it up. And bring the foot down. Palms to shins. And down, step the left foot back. Knee down, again, crescent lunge. And hands down, pick up the back knee for a breath. And then lift that leg high. And bring the foot down, palms to shins again. Exhale, release. Sweep the arms out to the side to come all the way up. Last one, bend the knees. Chair prep. Chair. Stay this time. Sink down, feel the heart lift. Gain control of your breath as best you can. Sink down a little bit further. Good, then inhale, straighten the knees. Exhale, hinge and fold forward. Good. Halfway up. Exhale, release and step your right foot way back. Crescent lunge. Good. Hands down, straighten the back knee. Good. And let's come into standing splits. And you guessed it, we're going to hold it for a bit. Really reaching that right leg as high as you can. It's okay if the left knee is a little bit bent. Think about drawing your forehead toward your left shin. It's a directional movement, not a goal. Deep breath in. And exhale, bring the right foot down. Palms to shins. Exhale, fold. Let's do that 2 more times. Palms to shins, halfway up. Chest parallel to the floor, extending the crown of the head forward. Exhale down. One more time, inhale. And exhale down. Step your left foot way back. Back knee to the ground, crescent lunge. Good. And bring the hands down. Curl the back toes under. Lift the back knee. Stay for a breath. And then when you're ready, standing splits. Lift that left leg as high as you can. And we'll stay for about 5 breaths. Squeezing that left leg up. And think about drawing, again, your forehead toward the right shin this time. And again, that's a directional movement, not a goal. Two more breaths. And then exhale, bring the left foot on down. Good job. Palms to shins. Halfway up, a nice symmetrical pose here. Then exhale, release. Sweep the arms out to the side, come all the way up. And palms to the heart. Take an adjusting breath. Aware of sensation, maybe your legs have something to say about that, or your hips. Good. Taking a deeper breath. And it's okay if your legs have something to say about it. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, right? But we're going to continue to work out some of this tension and stretch the body. This next one is an exercise that helps to create length on the tops of your thighs or your quadriceps. And I'll give you two options for this one. One is a balancing pose, the other is not a balancing pose. And you can change your mind partway through. So I'm going to turn side face for this one. If you're going to balance, you'll stand on both feet to start. I'll shift the weight of my body into one leg, and I'm just going to bend the opposite knee. Now I'm not bringing it into my chest. I'm keeping the knee guiding toward the floor. With the same hand, I'm going to reach back and grab hold of the base of my toes. I'm going to draw the right hip forward in this case and draw the heel in toward my seat. I get this big, lovely stretch in the leg here. Now, if balancing is not your jam, and it doesn't have to be tonight, you're going to come to a wall, or you could use like a chair if you have like a piece of furniture in front of you, something to hold on to that is steady, but a wall will do. You'll just have your hand on the wall or the piece of furniture, and you'll do exactly the same thing. You'll shift into one leg, you'll bend the knee, the heel in toward the seat, you'll reach back and grab the base of the toes, and draw the hip forward as you draw the heel in toward your seat, okay? So if you aren't already practicing, if you are, just keep going. If you aren't already practicing, just whichever leg you want to be in. Should go ahead and shift down into one foot, either hand on the wall or a piece of furniture or in the middle of the room. Bend the opposite knee, draw the heel in, draw the hip forward, and let's just breathe for a bit, feeling that big stretch in the front of the thigh. It gets so tight. If you are balancing, try to keep your eyes fixed on one point. If you're looking around a bunch, you probably will fall. Good. Now don't slingshot the foot to the floor. Carefully release that foot on down. Now, having done that first thigh, just maybe do a lap around your mat real quick and just notice the difference in sensation in your two legs. Now, we've done a lot for the legs tonight, but especially in this case, the top of the thigh that you stretched versus the other one. And then come back to a nice stable space. Again, if you're going to be using a prop, which is the wall or the piece of furniture, have that nearby, but shift into the other leg this time. Make sure it's the opposite one. Then you're going to go ahead and bend the opposite knee, bring the heel in toward the seat, with the same hand, reach back and grab the base of the toes. Good. Now, once you've had that connection, draw the hip forward, and then the heel comes in toward your seat. And breathe. Again, if you are balancing, keep the eyes focused and fixed at one point. You might notice some other things that come up here other than just the stretch in the thigh. You might be like, I don't like this. You're like, this makes me agitated. That's pretty normal. It's pretty normal. That's just movements of the mind. That's just part of you being irritated with the tightness of this muscle group. Just breathe with it. You don't have to identify with that emotion right now. Staying for just a little bit longer. Now again, don't slingshot the foot to the floor. Carefully release it. Standing on both feet now, just feeling the body adjust. Now, after an asymmetrical pose like that, I love a symmetrical posture. So we're just going to come back into our lovely forward fold, just draping the upper body down over the legs. Breathe. And folding over the legs, I'd like you to bend your knees until your fingertips can touch the floor if they don't already. Okay? And then with the fingertips on the ground, go ahead and walk your fingertips or hands all the way to the right side of your right foot. Relax the head. And as you are reaching to the right here, think about straightening your left knee. This helps to pull that hip back, which gives you a bit more length on the left side. Good, and then carefully walk your fingertips or hands back to center. And why not? We'll just keep going. Go all the way to the left side of the left foot. Relax the head. And once you're there, if you want to, think about straightening your right leg. Again, that draws the right hip back, giving you a bit more length on the right side, especially down into that hip joint. Good. All right, walking back to center. From center, go ahead and step back to downward facing dog. And then float down onto hands and knees and bend your elbows in toward your waist. Bring your chest down to the floor. Release the hips back on your abdomen. Good. So have your hands underneath your shoulders, elbows bent and squeezing in towards your sides. We're going to play around with locust pose one more time tonight. So with your next inhale, go ahead and roll the shoulders down the back, lift the head, chest, and the legs. And we're going to stay up for a few breaths. Again, squeeze the elbows in towards your sides. Feel the inner thighs lifting behind you. And breathe. Lift a bit higher. And exhale, float down. Take an adjusting breath. Curl the toes under. Push up to hands and knees. And one more time, downward facing dog. And bend your knees a bit more than you normally do in down dog. And then reach the hips back behind you. This gives you more length in the spine, which actually helps after some of this back bending that we've been doing. Good. And then float down onto hands and knees. Release the feet, child's pose, seat to the heels, forehead to the floor. All right, when you are ready, go ahead and walk your hands back, coming up to a seat. And bring your legs out in front of you. Now with the legs out in front of you, go ahead and bend your right knee, bring the knee in towards your chest. Two options here. There's so many variations tonight. You can keep the foot exactly where it's at. You'll still get a great stretch. Or you can bring the foot to the opposite side of the left leg. Now, if you bring it to the other side and it doesn't want to ground, like you can't get the foot flat on the floor, bring it back to the inside. It's completely fine. So either side. Now it's your right knee that's on top. It's your right hand that goes behind your spine. So not way back here, you're not copping a lean, but it's right, really like right behind your spine. So when you press the hand into the floor, you have to sit up a bit taller. Now with that length, you'll lift the left arm up, inhale. Then exhale, take that left arm across the body, hook the knee, twist, draw the right shoulder back and look behind you. Now staying in the pose, sit up just a bit taller, inhale. And exhale, roll that right shoulder back just a bit more, twist, 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 twist. We'll stay in the pose for just a few more breaths. Beautiful. All right, inhale carefully, unwind. Good. Go ahead and straighten the right leg out. And we'll do the other side, bending the left knee, bring the foot in. Good. Again, you can have the foot on the inside of the thigh or the outside. If it doesn't ground on the outside, bring it back to the inside. Cool. Left knee on top, left hand behind the spine. Press the hand into the floor, sit up tall. Right arm lifts up, inhale. Exhale, bring that arm around, hook the knee, roll the left shoulder back, twist, and look behind you. Now staying in the pose, sit up a bit taller. Inhale, feel the spine lift. And exhale, roll that left shoulder back a bit more. Staying for a few breaths. All right, with your next inhalation, carefully unwind all the way around and uncross. Good. We're going to come into a forward fold next. And one thing that you might need is a little bit of support here. So if you have a folded blanket, which I suggest having, but if you don't, it's okay. We'll make it work. But if you have a folded blanket, maybe sit on that. Adding an inch to your spine might make or break this pose for you. Good. Now you'll start with your toes pointing toward the ceiling. And the more flexible you are, you can have the feet closer together, as close as hip width apart. Now, the less flexible, the further apart, but no wider than your yoga mat. All right, so that's the range to work with here. Now, you want to sit up as tall as you can here. Feel the heart lift. Lift the arms up. Think about hinging from your hips and exhale, fold about halfway forward, about 45 degrees. Inhale, come back up. And exhale, go forward again. Inhale back up. And exhale forward. Now, how far you go now will depend just on your body. So go as far forward as you can comfortably without collapsing in the chest. You want to keep the arms up by the ears. Then inhale, come back up. We'll do a couple more. Exhale, fold. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale up. And this time go to your furthest point, whatever that looks like for you, and bring your hands onto your legs or next to your legs. Grabbing the feet is not important here. This is not a shoulder stretch, it's a back stretch. And as you hold the posture, I'd like you to find your breath again. All right, inhale, bring yourself on up. Beautiful job. We'll spend the last few minutes we have together resting. So go ahead and come down onto your back. If you have that blanket nearby, you can put your head on it for a pillow if you want to. And just recline on down. You've worked hard tonight. Feel the body unfold as you come to rest. The toes flopping out to the side, the arms resting by your sides, palms face up. Relax your jaw, soften your eyes, and give yourself over to gravity as you settle in here. And as you settle in, bring your awareness back to your breath. And when your mind wanders, bring your awareness back to your breath. And when your mind wanders, bring your awareness back to your breath. Peace, peace, peace. Please go ahead and take a deeper, fuller breath. And make some gentle movements in your hands and feet, arms and legs. When you're ready, rolling to your right side. And eventually coming up to a seat. Good. All right, so sitting tall, bring your palms to your heart, lower the chin, take a breath in and out. And you've worked hard tonight. You might have worked hard all day, but I at least know about tonight. So have some gratitude for all of that effort, all of that willingness, that keeping with the practice as best you could. And may all of that effort in this practice continue to serve you. So until we meet again, namaste.